Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the February 13th Al-Anon readings in Courage to Change and a little time for myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I'll take a minute to look this over. The question of the day is, what helps me choose joy today? And the passage begins with someone finding out that they're going to be a grandparent and immediately questioning whether the young parents were actually ready to be parents. And they realized that they were choosing fear instead of love. The passage goes on to say when they choose love, they feel joy and gratitude, that they actually had recently been thinking about how much they wanted a baby in their life. And now that they're actually going to have a baby in their life, they're finding ways to be unhappy about it. So the person says, the fact of the matter is that God allowed these two beautiful people to have a baby, and it's okay for this person to feel joy in that miracle. Today's reminder is that we have choices, and we can choose to create and accept joy. And the quote is from Courage to Change. We can look for the positive in everything. What helps me choose joy today? I think giving myself permission, realizing that worrying doesn't better prepare me for anything. Being fearful doesn't make any situation better. And I should say, I have nothing big going on in my life right now that I have to be that I could feel fearful over. Like nothing's going on that's in any way fearful at this point in my life. How amazing is that? There have been times when there's been an overwhelming amount of things in my life going on that were exhausting and could be thought of as being very, very scary. Financial, emotional, relationship-wise, addiction-wise. So I think it's easier to choose joy today. But then again, it's funny how it mentions it in this passage too, how this person's mind kept thinking of ways to make a wonderful situation unhappy. And I am never at a loss of possible things to worry about. I think the key for me is that I have to consciously choose not to worry about them, to realize that they are completely out of my control and there's nothing I can do, in which case I just give it to my higher power. sometimes many, many times a day. If I find that I'm worried about something, many, many times a day. And if there is something I can do about a situation that is concerning, then I try to do what I can and then ask my higher for help. Yeah. I think it, like I said at the beginning, I really think that it's a conscious choice to be in joy, to be in love, to be in joy, to be in trust, because my mind can easily go to fear and doubt. And that's not a healthy place for me to be, and there's no reason for me to be there. Absolutely none. Also, reading the literature, I was texting with my sponsor yesterday. She's such a beautiful human being. I spoke to one of my very dearest Al-Anon friends yesterday, and I'll go to my meeting tomorrow. And I journaled this morning. I'm going to be exercising after this video. My leg, I think I mentioned my leg. Even right now, sitting here, it's slightly numb from my hip to my knee. I think somehow I pinched a nerve. But I'm going for a massage this afternoon. I go about every 12 weeks. So every 6 weeks, I cycle either acupuncture or a massage. And that, otherwise, I get concerned about spending the money. So every 6 weeks, I do something to help me internally, either with the acupuncture or a massage. And my massage is this afternoon. So that's wonderful news. It's a very wintry day outside. It's been snowing. It's been raining. The wind has been blowing. There's been wind-blown rain and snow. But the place that I go to get my massage is right down the street. I usually walk. I think today will be the first time that I actually drive because of the weather. So that also contributes to my joy, taking care of myself and affording myself these little luxuries that they're 100% luxuries, aren't they? Because otherwise I don't need it to survive, but it definitely adds a quality to my life that is, I very much notice the difference, and I'm very appreciative of the acupuncturist and the massage therapist. They are beautiful humans, very gifted humans to share their gift with me. And I will just take a moment to look this over. This page has a little tab on it, which means that I've really liked this passage in the past, and I can see why. It starts off with talking about how every snowflake, every thumbprint is different, just like every person in Al-Anon, every person in the world, really. We all come to Al-Anon for a similar reason, but we all are very different in other ways. And it talks about comparing ourselves and how ultimately We all have special qualities. We can't compare our seeming progress in the program or someone else's seeming progress in the program. This is one of my favorite lines. I have learned that I can't judge my insides by other people's outsides. I love that. Don't judge my insides with other people's outsides. We're all doing the best we can. We all offer important contributions just by being ourselves. Today's reminder, our sponsor or another Al-Anon friend can help us to see that we have value exactly as we are. And the quote is from Desiderius Erasmus. And it's paraphrasing, it says, we will be happy if we will just be what we are. I guess, excuse me, my nose is so itchy. Just to accept ourselves as we are, just be who we are. And I love this passage. Here's what I'm thinking, though. Human beings, I think, are, what am I trying to say? I want to say pack animals. Like, we like to be with each other. We need each other to survive. We absolutely, like, that's no exaggeration, excuse me, nose itch. We absolutely need each other to survive. Again, like the person, there's a electrical problem on the next street that we can see from the house. The electric company is there. They're fixing the electricity. We need that person to do that. The person who delivers our food to the grocery store, we need that. We need people to help us with everything. People doing their jobs well. Like, this is how the world goes round. Everybody makes their contribution. So when I read passages like this, I'm a tiny bit torn because it makes sense that we would look at other people and kind of take them in and then think about ourselves and kind of figure out how that melds together, because we need each other. We're all connected. We are all connected. We can't deny it. And we all need each other to survive. But on the other hand, there's that difference between understanding that we're all connected and we need each other, but just to accept each of us as we are, as autonomous human beings, individuals, say it that way. People who have our own strengths and weaknesses, we're contributing in the best way that we can. I think that's the difference. So it's not that we're not, or it's not, for me, it's not that I'm not noticing and thinking about other people. It's that I'm trying not to make my strengths or their strengths my strengths, or I'm not trying to compare things that really are not comparable, because we each have our own set of strengths and things that we contribute, and that's unique. I never thought of it exactly that way before. That's pretty cool. We'll close out with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.